A Bird's Life. Hey there! Today, we're going to talk about the story of a bird's life. October 30, 1999, a mythical bird named Phoenix rose from its ashes in the city of Las Piñas after 500 years of slumber. Except, she wasn't a firebird this time, but a weak human baby with a flabby soft body. Her human parents named her Phoenix Grace and Grande. I was that baby, and the earliest memory I have was that I was crying alone on top of a chair with no one around. I also remember being swayed by my uncle and siblings inside a duyan that was placed so high in the ceiling for some reason. So yeah, I have siblings, 3 of them, and I'm the youngest of us 4. We all attended the school in Las Piñas called Don Carlo Cavina School, and more or less at the age of 3, I started my early childhood education there. Nursery. I was a crybaby, that kid who cried when her guardian left her at school. Some days, my uncle was forced to sit somewhere inside the school grounds. He even appeared on the background of our nursery class picture. I also met my best friend when I was in nursery, Nicole. She had fluffy hair, and she's still my best friend until today. Beat that. You know those cashiers in SN Supermarket? We wanted to be cashiers. It was a normal dream for young girls, okay? Then, want me to tell you how I became a wizard? At the age of 3, I became Harry Potter. I tripped from a classmate's foot and hit my head on the corner of a table. A gaping wound appeared and I was sent to the hospital. They stitched it while whispering sweet nothings into my ears. That's why I have a scar on my forehead up to today. After that, I attended junior and senior kinder. I don't really remember much from my preschool days. Is this amnesia? I mean, I hit my head hard, lol. Something must have broke there, but I remember that I didn't seem to care about the world. But I had friends who I play with after school. I was kinda dumb. I mean, I saw my report cards from then and it was filled with lines of 7s. I also refused my teacher when they asked me to answer on the blackboards, not because I was rude, but I was embarrassed because I was tiny. And my teachers had to lift me, okay? First grade, it opened the gates to the dream that I had for the majority of my 19 years of life. Maybe it was because I hit my head, but my name started to get written on the achievers list. So, I often got perfect scores on my math exams. I found myself loving math, I still do, and my parents found out. The switch turned on. Phoenix will now become their successor. My father's a government editor and my mother's an accountant. They earned quite well, and in my young age, I wanted to become rich. So I wanted to be like them. I wanted to become an accountant. I was a normal, average student in my primary school, and a consistent achiever at that. And I can't remember when my sister started college, but I'm sure that when she did, I swore to study accountancy in UP, and it had to be in Dilmine, my dream school, because I idolized her like that. When I was in 4th grade, my eldest sister introduced me to K-pop. I needed money, fueled my desire to reach my dream job. I had a lot of hobbies too, writing stories, drawing, and dancing. It was also in that grade where my life became changed. I finished that grade as the first in the class. 5th grade was the same dream, same K-pop was my obsession. I even danced covers. I started contemplating whether I wanted to become a dancer, but I finished 2nd in class. That's when I heard it. Next time, first na yan ha, big oomph. Gone are the youngest child's favor and privileges. Here comes the expectations. So when I reached 6th grade, I planned to raise my existence for the first time. I bombed the math quiz. It was math. I'm good at math, but I bombed it. And bombed as in I got a 0 in our 45-item quiz. Shame on me, shame on our cap. I was afraid to tell my parents, so I cried. And that night, I cried more. And then, graduation was approaching. We had to write our dreams for the yearbook. It was still the same, accountancy. Fast forward to senior high. I'm surprised I'm alive. I was supposed to choose Humes. A lot happened and I didn't want to take up ABM because I planned to study architecture and interior design in college. But I was pressured by my mother. I enrolled in the ABM strand, even though I didn't want to become like my parents anymore. You see, a lot really happened. Plus, I wanted to pursue arts now. My junior high school was filled with art-related projects. One day, I discovered that there was a course named Multimedia Arts, and ever since the second half of my 11th grade, I always wrote that as my dream course. And now, the small burb is now flying the 14 floors of Binil's SDA campus. Although my parents would still comment whenever they can, and it's often, that when I was a child I wanted to become an accountant. So what happened? A bird's life.